Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Side Panel. I'm your host, AJ. We will be reviewing two films this week, Vice and Escape Room. But before we go too deep, I've been asked by a few people why the podcast is called the Side Panel. Well, if you had been following Forbidden Panel for a while, you'll know that we had a podcast called the Panelcast that we did for 200 episodes in just over 10 years. When I first started this show, which may be confusing to some of you people who have tried to listen to it from episode number one, I originally was doing it as an editorial, and I didn't want it to interfere into the panel cast that we were doing. So, as kind of a play on words, I called it the side panel as a little side project I was doing to the panel cast. Once we wrapped up with the panel cast, we went ahead or I went ahead and made this. I continued keeping the side panel name and used it as my podcasting launching pad for just my own solo work. So that's why it's called the side panel for those of you who are curious. Anyway, so moving on to the movies. Let me I don't know, cut you off of the past and let me just pre-announce and prime you up for one thing that I want to make evidently clear, very clear. I am in no way, shape, or form a politics type of guy. I don't like to discuss it. I don't. It just it's in my opinion untrustworthy, and I just don't like to get into conversations based on politics. Especially with my military background, a lot of stuff I did opened up my eyes to a lot of what's going on behind the scenes. So I just don't like to talk about it. Um, this movie Vice uh, exemplifies that. It is a film based on the life and times of Vice President Dick Cheney, who admittedly I completely forgot that he was the vice president during W's reign as the president. So when I saw this trailer, I was like, "Oh, this looks kind of interesting," and it also gave the impression that it would be a comedy. So after a while of it being in the theaters, I decided to go ahead and give it a shot. Only because I promised my wife I wouldn't go see Welcome to Marvin without her. I'm gonna see it this week. Shh. So instead, I went and saw Vice. Um, there's not much I can say about Vice. It's a well acted movie that is supposed to be a true story, but you can't tell if it is or not. Because it tells you at the beginning that they try to be a true story, but because of the shady dealings of Dick Cheney, they are unable to know if they have 100% of the full story. So you're kind of seeing a one-sided film on it, and a film that does not paint Dick Cheney in any well-liked light at all. So having said that, that's about all I can say about the movie. Did I like it? I'm kind of confused on that matter. Um, I mean, I didn't hate it, but it's not exactly. Um, yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. It's a movie. I commend Christian Bale for his performance in the film, but when has Christian Bale ever put on a bad film? Amy Adams, Steve Carell, Sam Rockwell, Tyler Perry, Jesse Plemons, all the actors and actresses, Alison Pill, Lily Rabe. I thought everybody did a good job. It is, but as a movie overall, I can't tell you if I liked it or not because there's nothing really to like or not. You know what I mean? Because to like it is to like or dislike it would involve me into a deep political discussion that I don't want to deal with. So, it was a movie. I saw it. I saw it in the theater. I paid money for it, and there you have it. If you are heavy into politics, if you're, I can't say. See the movie if you're curious, but don't see the movie if you think it's going to validate any of the decisions or any of the history that may come out during that time. So, there you go. That's right. I gave you a non-answer for an answer. Suck it, Trebek. Anyway, on to the second film. I've been really excited for this film, Escape Room, ever since I saw the trailer for it. I'm a big horror movie fan. I'm always um, trying to find good horror films. I appreciate the cheesy ones, but I don't like the ones that think that they're good and fail. And so you get a lot of those at times, and because of it, kind of mars your opinion of the horror movie franchise. So I'm always looking for that good horror film, that diamond in the rough. A Quiet Place is a great example of an awesome horror film that I personally enjoyed because I felt it changed a lot of what you would see in a horror movie. Uh, Escape Room does not do that. Um, it is a well, we all know what an escape room is, right? If you don't know what it is, here you go. An escape room is this new trend that's going out nowadays where you and a bunch of friends get locked into a room full of clues and try to decipher the clues in order to escape that room. I personally have done it once, and the wife and I enjoyed ourselves. We might do a couple more down the road. And so this movie is taking that escape room premise and adding murder and death into it. So for me, the movie was half half Cube and half Saw. Not in any bad way on either way, but it just didn't feel original. So yeah, take it as that. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I thought the premise was cool. I thought the effects were cool. I thought the traps and the different rooms were cool. I was impressed by the level of actors that they had in there: Taylor Russell, Logan Miller, Deborah Ann Woll, Taylor Labine, Jay Ellis, and Nick Dodani. Um, I enjoyed the story behind it. I like the twists that they had toward the end, and I even liked the end scene that they show, fully leading up to a sequel. Which, I mean, you see this movie and you're like, yeah, it screams sequel all over it, or the start of a new franchise anyway. This was a good, strong showing. It is by no means um, a new trend or my favorite movie or uh, a high-ranking horror movie. It will not have a solid foothold in the history of horror films, but it is cool with what it's trying to do. So there you have it. Um, yeah, so that makes two movies: Vice, Escape Room. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I dug it. So make up your decisions whether you're gonna go see it or not. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the episode. Quick episode. Sorry it was a day late, but I was $1 short. No, stupid jokes, puns. I am addicted to Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, so I've been playing that. So my apologies. I'll try to make it on time next week. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please remember to check it out. Forbidden Panel website. Please visit me on Facebook. Find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Tumblr, on your mom, on all kinds of different things where you wouldn't expect to find me. That's where I am. Any questions, comments, or anything like that, please shoot an email to forbiddenpanel@gmail.com. And yeah, hope you guys had a great New Year's Eve, and I will see you next week.